Does combustion bending work underwater? And can you activate the plant armor ability using moss and spore blossoms? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my fire bending friend. So for those who don't know, combustion bending is a sub-element of fire bending which allows the user to create spontaneous explosions. My friend is going to take a plunge and test a few abilities. The first being the explode ability, and as you can see, it works just fine. But be careful when using the combustion ability because it explodes when in contact with water. This myth is true. In 1.19, we got a bunch of new plant blocks, including moss and spore blossoms. Since waterbenders on my server get access to the plant bending sub-elements, in theory, they should be able to use those blocks to activate their plant armor ability, right? Leaves and tall grass can already be used to activate the plant armor ability, but if my friend tries to activate that same ability on moss and spore blossoms, it does indeed work. This myth is also true. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Can airbenders oxidize copper blocks? And does the extraction ability work on nether gold ore? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and today I'm here with my airbending friend. A fact you might have learned in chemistry class is that over time, copper reacts with the air to form this green copper oxide. My friend is going to use a few airbending abilities on these copper blocks, but you'll notice they don't change. I mean, to be fair, blasting copper with a bunch of pressurized air in real life would not speed up that oxidation process, and neither will it on my Minecraft server. Unfortunately, this myth is false. One of the handiest earthbending moves on my server is the extraction ability. Part of the metal bending sub-element, this move lets the user instantly harvest metal ores just by crouching. Since nether gold is also a metal ore, it shouldn't make a difference, right? Correct, the move works and it also gives you gold nuggets. This myth is true. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Does the water bubble ability work on lava? And can earthbenders bend glass blocks? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and today I'm here with my waterbending friend. The water bubble ability is a move that lets the user create an air pocket and walk around underwater. However, if my friend tries that same ability on this lava pool, you'll quickly realize that's impossible because lava isn't water bendable. This myth is false. Earthbending is one of the most versatile elements on my server just because they can bend almost anything. Since glass is made of sand, which is earthbendable, and there's even a sand bending sub-element, glass blocks should be earthbendable, right? Correct. Glass blocks, glass panes, tinted glass, and even stained glass are all earthbendable. This myth is true. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Can airbending abilities extinguish fires? And will the earth armor ability work with glass blocks? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and today I'm here with my airbending friend. In real life, if you blow on a candle or create a vacuum around it, the fire will go out. We took a trip to the nether where there are plenty of flames, and my friend is going to use his abilities to try and extinguish this fire. As you can see, it works, but will this also work on soul fire? Yes, it does. This myth is true. Last episode, we discovered that glass blocks could be used to earthbend. Earth armor is one of the coolest earthbending abilities because it allows the user to equip a throwaway armor set in tough situations. The armor will even change color according to what materials it was made from. Now, if my friend tries that same ability on glass blocks, the move will activate, but it'll look like regular stone armor because glass technically doesn't have a color associated with it. Unfortunately, this move won't make the user invisible, but this myth is definitely true. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Can waterbenders use waterlogged blocks to bend? And do earthbending abilities work above the build limit? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and I'm here with my waterbending friend. If you've played on my server, then you'd know that waterbenders can use a pretty large variety of blocks to bend from, including leaves and even cacti. If my friend tries to use his abilities on this waterlogged slab, it will work. And interestingly enough, the phase change ability works on it too, meaning you can use this function to make hidden ice pathways for speed boosts. This myth is true. Now I'm at Y level 316, just 4 blocks below the Minecraft build limit. Earthbenders have access to this really cool ability called Earth Smash, which literally lets you rip a giant boulder out of the ground and then fly around on top of it. If my friend tries to use that same ability to fly above the height limit, unsurprisingly the boulder disappears and the move is deactivated. This myth is false. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Are mud blocks earth bendable or water bendable? And can the warden detect sound bending? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and today I'm here with my water and my earth bending friend. Mud, which released in the 1.19 wild update, is a block which is 1 part water and 1 part dirt. Mud is a really special block on BendersMC because it is the only block that is shared as a bending source between 2 elements. Interestingly enough, water benders and earth benders can use mud to bend, which means this myth is true. People often forget that on my server, airbenders have their very own sub-element, sound bending. The main feature of sound bending is being able to mimic any sound effect in Minecraft. The warden boss is completely blind and relies solely on echolocation and its listening abilities to reach its stimulus. My airbending friend is going to try and distract the warden by mimicking the bell sound, but the warden isn't fooled and promptly dismembers him. This myth is false. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. If a waterbender gets frozen by another waterbender, will that player then be able to unfreeze themselves? And can shulkers be moved by airbending abilities? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and today I'm here with 2 of my waterbending friends. Since waterbenders can change ice into water using the phase change ability, if you were to get frozen by another waterbender, you should be able to escape using that ability, right? Yes, you can, which is why you should always have phase change in your slots. This myth is true. One thing I love about airbending is being able to easily push mobs and other players out of my way using my abilities. The air shield ability can even deny movement and deflect projectiles. I took a trip to the end to see if that same ability could be used on shulkers. Now, shulkers are completely stationary aside from teleportation, and as you can see, my friend's air shield does not move the shulkers, but it does deflect shulker bullets. Technically, this myth is false. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Can you activate waterbending abilities using 1.20 cherry blossoms? And is the all-new suspicious sand earth bendable? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and today I'm here with my waterbending friend. On BendersMC, you can use a large variety of plants and foliage to waterbend and even activate plant bending. This is one of the first 1.20 myths we've tried, so first my friend is going to use his torrent ability on some cherry leaves, which works. Now, if he tries to activate his plant armor ability, it does work, and I really want to see the armor turn pink, so I've gone ahead and suggested this feature to the devs. This myth is true. Suspicious sand was added as part of the archaeology feature in the new 1.20 update. Since it's technically a sand block, and earthbenders on my server have access to the sand bending sub-element, suspicious sand should be earthbendable, right? My earthbending friend is going to eliminate your suspicion because this block is in fact earthbendable, and it also works with every sand bending ability. This myth is true. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Will the plant armor ability work with the all-new torch flowers? And are decorated pots earth bendable? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and I'm here with my waterbending friend. Torch flowers are one of the new ancient plants that you can obtain using the sniffer in the new 1.20 update. Since it's a new plant, we gotta make sure it's plant bendable, so my friend is gonna try the plant armor ability, and it does indeed work. Well, at least this thing finally has a use. This myth is true. Pottery shards were added as a drop from suspicious blocks in the recent update, and you can craft those shards into some really neat looking decorated pots. Since mud is earthbendable, and pottery is technically ceramic mud, these would just have to be earthbendable, right? If you've ever wanted to smash a vase over your friend's head in Minecraft, then today's your lucky day, because on my server, you can do exactly that. Unfortunately, decorated pots don't have a falling block animation, but you can see by the hitbox that this myth is true. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Does the extraction ability work on suspicious blocks? And can firebenders redirect natural spawning lightning? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz, and today I'm here with my earthbending friend. Extraction is an earthbending ability that's part of the metal bending sub-element, which allows the user to instantly harvest metal ores by crouching. But can earthbenders use that same ability to extract loot from suspicious blocks? Remember, extraction is a metal bending ability, and suspicious blocks are not metal bendable. Unfortunately, this doesn't work, but it would make more sense for this to be a sand bending feature. This myth is false. One of the coolest firebending sub-elements and sub-elements in the game is lightning bending. Lightning abilities deal some hefty damage, and certain moves can even be redirected or deflected by other lightning benders. But can lightning benders redirect natural lightning? No, they cannot. This myth is false. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Can airbenders use sound bending to mimic the Warden's sonic boom and his pointed dripstone and earthbendable block? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my airbending friend. Sound bending is the only airbending sub-element on BendersMC. It allows the user to mimic any sound effect in Minecraft, a power which can easily be used to deceive other players. The Warden's sonic boom attack is technically just one super powerful sound wave. Interestingly, airbenders actually already have their own sonic boom ability called Sonic Blast, and they can also mimic every Warden sound effect. While it's not exactly the same, I'd say functionally this myth is true. Pointed Dripstone is an interesting block on BendersMC because bending types like air and earth who have fall damage immunity still take fall damage if they land on it. Dripstone is, well, stone, meaning earthbenders can indeed bend it. Unfortunately, it won't deal any more damage than regular earth blocks, but it's still cool. This myth is true. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Can airbenders walk on clouds? And can 2 waterbenders bloodbend each other at the same time? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my airbending friend. Now that we're at our cruising altitude of 10,000 feet, my friend is gonna try and take a ride on this cloud. Oh shit. Don't worry guys, airbenders don't take fall damage, so he's okay. Unfortunately though, this myth is false. Bloodbending is the fan favorite waterbending sub-element on BendersMC. It allows the user to manipulate blood and other bodily fluids like a waterbending source. It's basically like using the Force. Now, let's see what would happen if these guys tried to bloodbend each other. As you can see, not a lot is happening, and that is because bloodbenders are immune to being bloodbended, meaning this myth is false. What myths should we try next? Let me know down below. Will fire resistance potions make you immune to firebending? And can earthbending get you a girlfriend? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my friend Steve and a firebender. I'm gonna toss my boy Steve here a fire resistance potion and let's see what happens. As you can see, he does not take any damage from the blaze ability, but he does take damage from the fire disc ability. This is because some fire moves inflict magic damage, and fire resistance only applies to fire tick damage. This myth is false. Earthbending is one of the most dangerous elements on my server, and it also has a ton of sub-elements. You'd think all a girl would ever want is a strong man who wields dope elemental earth powers, and you'd be correct. But you've got your priorities straight, and earthbending can do just about anything, meaning you're completely self-sufficient. Besides, can a romantic partner do this? No, they can't. This myth is fucking stupid. Subscribe. Can waterbenders freeze rain? And can airbending be used to boost elytras? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my waterbending friend. If I switch the weather and make it rain, waterbenders get super easy access to the rainbending combo, which allows the user to perform any waterbending move by using moisture found in the air. You can actually freeze your rain source and then throw mist shards which deal damage. This myth is true. Elytras are the premier Minecraft travel method, and the only real downside is having to keep fireworks on you. Airbending on my server is the premier element for travel, so can its abilities be used as a substitute for fireworks? Well, yes and no. If you use the air blast or flatulate ability, you can use your momentum to travel basically as far as you want, but the downside is that it's a little less efficient than fireworks. This myth is true. What myth should we try next? Let me know down below. Can earthbenders use the extraction ability on Gilded Blackstone? And can airbending increase an Ender Pearl's launch range? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my earthbending friend. The extraction ability, part of the metal bending sub-element, can be used to instantly extract any metal ore by crouching. Recently we tried this myth on nether gold ore and it worked fine, but if my friend tries it on Gilded Blackstone, it also works. This myth is true. Airbending abilities are notorious for their high knockback. Since Ender Pearls are technically entities, you can use your Air Blast ability to push it forward after you launch it. This trick will also work with a bunch of other airbending abilities, and that means this myth is true. What myth should I try next? Let me know down below. Can potions and water bottles be used to activate bending abilities? And is copper conductive to lightning bending? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my waterbending friend. Traditionally, waterbending abilities are activated using a dedicated source, like a water block or ice. But if you're in a situation where that's not possible, can water bottles be used as a substitute to an actual water source? Yes, most abilities will work if you keep a water bottle in your inventory. This myth is true. Copper is the most conductive material in Minecraft, well, besides water, and it can even be crafted into lightning rods. If you're a lightning bender on my server, go start mining copper right now because what you can do is insane. Lightning bending abilities can trigger lightning rods and travel across copper blocks. As an example, check out this copper death pit I made. Yeah, this myth is definitely true. What myth should I test next? Let me know down below. Can fire resistance potions make you immune to lava bending? And can you blood bend the Wither and the Warden? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my friend Steve and my earthbending friend. Lava bending is one of the most powerful and destructive earthbending sub-elements, and it is extremely difficult to counter. I'm gonna give my boy Steve here some fire resistance and let's see what happens. It looks like our friend Steve is A-okay, which means this myth is true. Bloodbending is one of the most interesting waterbending sub-elements, its main feature being the ability to manipulate blood and other bodily fluids like a water source. If that same ability could work on ultra-powerful mobs like Withers and Wardens, it could easily be weaponized. I got a no AI Warden and a no AI Wither, and let's see what happens. Looks like you can bloodbend the Warden. How about the Wither? It can bloodbend. This myth is true. What myth should we test next? Let me know down below. Can watermelons be used to activate water bending abilities? And can the Earth Smash flying boulder carry more than one player? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my waterbending friend. One of the coolest parts about being a waterbender on my Minecraft server is being able to draw moisture out of plant blocks and use them to activate abilities. Guys, I'm not gonna waste any time here. It's called a watermelon, so of course this myth is true. Using your earthbending abilities to fly on BendersMC is one of the best and also coolest ways to get around. The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. But let's say you want to take your friends with you. Is there enough room for them to ride as well? If you hate airlines, then today's your lucky day because the Earth Smash ability can indeed fly with multiple people. This myth is true. What myth should I test next? Let me know down below. Can firebenders use their abilities to melt ice blocks? And can eating a chorus fruit save you from a bloodbender? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and I'm here with my firebending friend. In Minecraft, water blocks will turn into ice blocks if you place them at certain altitudes or in specific biomes. Ice converts back to water after breaking it or exposing it to a heat source. Following that same logic, firebenders can use the heat control ability to melt ice, which can also be useful for fighting waterbenders. This myth is true. Bloodbending is one of the most feared bending types on my Minecraft server. It allows waterbenders to manipulate blood and other bodily fluids like a waterbending source. But will eating some chorus fruits allow you to escape a bloodbender's hold? No, the ability will drag you back. This myth is false. What myth should I test next? Let me know down below. Will firebending abilities burn dropped items? And can waterbenders stack their water spout ability on top of each other? You're watching MythBenders, the show where we figure out what is and isn't possible on my 4 Elements Minecraft server. My name's Blitz and today I'm here with my firebending friend. Since the drop item key is right next to the forward key, you've probably accidentally dropped your items thousands of times. Let's just make this a reminder to all firebenders to be extra careful when using your abilities because they will indeed burn your items. This myth is true. Water spout is one of the most basic waterbending abilities and it lets the user levitate on, well, a water spout. And to activate the ability, you must be standing above a water source. So if my friend tries to activate his water spout on top of this guy's water spout, it does work, meaning you can make an infinitely tall totem of waterbenders. This myth is true. What myth should I test next? Let me know down below.